So the timing is extra delicate because we've been off from school for 2 weeks. And yesterday was the first day that, or I'm sorry, Monday was the first day we had teachers back, but the students weren't back until Tuesday. And of course, this was the top topic for every teacher of how is Sha progressing. And we got the green light to get to take as many as we could with us to the hospital and get to see him. So he got to see a lot of his teachers that, you know, are near and dear to him, and he's very near and dear to them. And got to have a very, very sweet moment at the end of this Christmas break of getting to see how much he's progressed. He's laughing, he's asking lots of great questions about how school's going, what his plans are for the future, and just getting to hear the voices of his teachers, I think, meant a lot to him.
What was the highlight of that visit for you when being there in the shop?
His smile. The highlight for me was his smile. When at the beginning, of course, it's a little awkward as we got so many people in the room and teachers are going around saying who's there so that he knows who's there. His eyesight's not working right now. For him to get to know and hear which teachers are there and hear their voices meant a lot to him. But you know, he's an 18-year-old with a great sense of humor, and there were multiple times where he joked and bantered with us and just lit up, and his smile meant the world to all of us.
Considering how bad he was, how bad in shape he was he surprised that he was able to recover this quickly, or were you surprised that he was able to recover as strongly as he had?
I had my first chance to get to go visit Sha the week of the incident, and I was very pleasantly surprised. Based on the reports I had heard, I was so enthused to get to go in, and at the time he was sleeping, it was late in the evening, but to hear him breathing so well and to look so good was uplifting for me, finishing up that last week before Christmas break and going into the holidays. I got to visit him also on Christmas Day, and that day I got to chat with him, and I was just so impressed, not just that he was doing well, but he was asking his principal about his grades. I said, dude, don't worry about your grades right now. But it was really neat for me to be able to see that he was doing so well. And of course, when we went all together as a faculty this Monday, he's just continued to progress. And it's been astonishing, I think, for all of us to get to see his progression so good.
How have students and teachers here kind of dealt with this situation? Obviously, it's a tough situation to have one of your own go through this. How have the teachers and students responded?
It's been a mixed bag, the response from our students and our teachers, understandably so, because the news is so horrific and so positive at the same time. Obviously, it's, I guess, a low bar that we're so excited about the state of Sha right now, but it's knowing what he's been through that we're so excited about this. It's just an awful tragedy that's taken place, and that was something that weighed heavily on the whole school from the moment the news broke through that last week of before our Christmas break until we were able to start to get some of the bits and pieces of how well Sha was progressing. So it's definitely been a mixed bag of that just grief and mourning and despair to get to have that bookend with his great improvement and getting to see that he's got such hope and such excitement for his future. He hasn't lost track of his goals. He's talking right from the moment he's interacting with people about what his plans are of next steps in college and his career in the future. It's very exciting for us to get to see that.
What is the school prepared to do to basically take care of him now? Because the family that he was living with is no longer with us.
Yeah.
So how does the school kind of make sure that he has the resources that he needs and that he has people who could look after him?
One of the exciting things about this, and this speaks a lot to Sha and his work ethic and the kind of student person he is. He's a senior, and he actually had worked hard enough through his elective credits and all the slots he has to be able to earn credits throughout his years in high school, that when we went with this group of teachers, we also had his school counselor there, and we're looking at, hey, he's halfway through his senior year. How is he on his progress to graduation? One of the very first things we were able to do, and it's because every time I visit him, I always get the question of how are my grades and where am I at, was I was able to say, hey, your counselor's here, and she's got an update on your credits and where you're at on your progress to graduation. And I knew what she was going to say because she had told me beforehand of where he was at, but he's actually earned enough credits to graduate. And in that moment, we were able to tell him, you are a graduate at this moment. And the whole group gives him a round of applause, and his smile was ear to ear. So as far as his academic progress goes, because of what he has done over these years, he's already arrived in that fashion. He's got plans, I know, already for the next chapter, and obviously those plans are going to need some adjustments to make sure he's able to access them. Okay. I do know that there were conversations that day between, some of his family or friends of family there and our staff of ways we can keep some of the curriculum going for him right now so that he can keep his mind sharp and keep progressing on some of the things he was working on before. So that was an exciting part of this.
I don't want to be the Debbie Downer here, but we all know that when teens graduate from high school, that transition can be hard.
Yeah.
And I know that he's optimistic right now, but he has lost his entire family. I mean, is that really, what you're saying is he's going to graduate and he's done, he's not going to come back to Granger? And then I guess it's a two-part question, mental health services, like what kind of support are you ready to give him for when that time does come?
Family support is very strong. There's extended family that's been present with him, and it's been inspiring to me to get to watch as I've gone on my visits that he's got quite a group rooting for him every single time. There's a great home for him to be able to be released from the hospital to go to, and there's going to be some great support there. Yes, the fact that he's at that bridge moment of life that can be very challenging in general as we go from something like high school on to the next chapter of what that looks like can be a very difficult transition for anyone, and then exacerbate that by the challenges that Sha's gone through this incident is one we want to be very, very cognizant of. Yes, we've got great services, mental health services in Granite School District that can help be part of that bridge, but maybe not the full bridge. We're going to want to work with other agencies to make sure those supports are in place for him. I will say I've worked with hundreds, I should say thousands and thousands of students over the years, and my confidence is extremely high in Sha. He is a very, very intentional, dedicated student that I expect to get to hear some great things on this next chapter for him.
In that picture with staff and when you've gone to visit Sha, there were a picture of headphones and some slides that you've taken from. Tell us about where they came from and what the purpose of those.
It was the Christmas season, and we wanted to be able to take a gift with us when we went to the hospital. Because of this incident, Sha's lost his eyesight, at least currently has lost his eyesight. So we had taken some gifts earlier on, and one of those that I took was a beanie for the U of U, because that's his plan to attend the University of Utah. And the second I'm handing it to him, I realize I got to describe it to him. Like, it's a beanie, it's red, it's awesome, go Utes! And then throughout the rest of the Christmas season, as we're having conversations as a staff and talking about how Sha's progressing, we realized how special something would be to play to the strengths he's going to need right now, and that's his hearing. So we did chip in as a staff out of our personal money, and it was amazing the response I saw from my teachers within hours of putting this idea out there. We had more than enough to buy some of those Apple AirPod Max headphones, the noise cancellations that are just all the rage that we'd all love to get, and thought this would be wonderful for him to listen to music. I said audiobooks, but they all laughed because I'm the principal, and of course I'm saying audiobooks, or even just put the noise cancellation on and be able to disconnect a little bit. So the staff rallied around that, chipped in, and then we had that group take those to him, and he was pretty pumped about that. It was cool.
Was there an iPad too?
Yes, and actually we raised enough money that we followed up with an iPad that's got the Apple or the artificial intelligence features that really can use the camera on the iPad, examine the room, and report back to the user, which will be very useful for him given his loss of eyesight right now.
You mentioned several visits, I mean, even Christmas, that you personally made. What was your relationship to Sha before this happened? And do you were you that close that you've made all these visits before?
I'm certainly not as close to Sha as his teachers were, and I almost felt like I had a very privileged experience of getting to represent them. Some of them wanted to be there and were traveling during the holiday season, and I'm close. So I had a great chance to get to be that person and then report back to them. But it was, I think a privilege I had to get to represent them when they couldn't come themselves. But yeah, Sha's a student that is easy to champion as a principal. He's easy to love. He just is one that looks outward a lot. He looks outward towards his family on how he could support them. He does so with his classmates. He does so with his teachers. That was the privilege part. The burden part was as the bits and pieces of this were coming through, I had to have several moments where I had to talk to classes and teachers and tell them the specifics of the news that they did not know. And that weighed heavily on me. It was evident to me how much of an impact he had on teachers and classmates by their response to the awful news of what he'd gone through. He's very near and dear in many people's heart. So.
Seeing his recovery and how he's doing now, just what did that update mean to the school, the students who weren't in the room then, but from his friends and classmates know that he's doing better now? What was their reaction?
Just by coincidence, we had a pep rally on the last day before Christmas break, and that happened to be the day after my first chance to get into the hospital and get to see him. And I announced, as I told this to the entire student body in the gym before we got into all of the games, of what my experience had been the night before. You can imagine the last hour before Christmas break for high schoolers is a very, very exciting moment. And it is not an easy moment for high schoolers to be quiet. And when I was able to get on the microphone and give a quick report about how Sha was doing, I was stunned to hear the silence of the entire room as every person, kid and teacher alike, wanted to hear every detail about how's he doing. And for me to be able to report how well he was doing and how excited I was for what I'd seen the night before, I think was, a miracle going into our winter recess of the hope we thought we could see in his future in the next few weeks, and that's only gained in intensity.
The question I have is, in your meeting with Sha, was there any piecing together what he remembers of that day? I mean, was he trying to reflect on that at all when you were around him? I mean,
those are, I haven't even been part of those conversations, so I'm actually completely unaware of any details on that.
How would you describe Sha Reh's story for us? I think you said it really well at the beginning. There was a lot of sadness, but there was also this positivity, it's a miracle, quite frankly, that he's alive. That
Absolutely.
He survived 2-3 days and fought for his life that way.
It is a miracle. To describe it, I'd say we would never want these kind of incidents to happen, ever in 100 years. Unfortunately, things do happen that are not what we want. And I think we learn a lot about ourselves as individuals. We learn a lot about ourselves as a society on how we respond to it. That, to me, is what has been such a sweet part of this experience, is I have been very inspired by one of my students on how he has faced something I've never faced. I can't imagine how I'd feel if I had to face it. And he's strong, and he gives me strength by watching that. So it's certainly not anything that obviously he would want or anyone around him would want. But I'm very proud of the kind of person he is because of this and how he's responded to it.
You said he talked about his goals. Do you feel comfortable mentioning he wants to go to the U? Has he talked about a major or anything like that?
Yeah, I think he'd feel comfortable. He's shared it with enough people. He's long since had the plans to go to the University of Utah. He wants to be a lawyer. My son graduated from high school last year and just started at the U, so it was fun for me to get to take that son with me on Christmas Day and invite him to get to be there and share some things about the U. But it's exciting that he's a driven person and he's got ideas of where he wants to go.
So just to make sure I understood correctly, so he won't be coming back to Granger? He doesn't need to finish the school year anymore?
He won't be coming back to Granger High School because he's completed the requirements for his own graduation. We are still working with him and the family to have some remote materials provided for him, especially because some of the classes that he was planning to finish up, he would like to keep progressing and working on those things. But we're just thrilled right now that because of the work he put in, he's already where a lot of our seniors want to be by May, and he's already to that stage right now, which says a lot about him.
Will he be walking in May, you
I sure hope so. One of my biggest dreams is that we get to all celebrate together at that graduation, but that will be for him to decide.